Sakandele, and Marsman has saved it!
Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to Miami Total Football. It's the day after Inter Miami continued to plug along and roll along with a draw away to Orlando City in the latest edition of the Sunshine Clásico, El Clásico del Sol, and it came via a 0-0 result at Exploria Stadium in Orlando, Florida. And it wasn't the prettiest game. It wasn't a masterclass of attacking soccer from either side, but defensively, Inter Miami held strong. It got its first clean sheet since early May, since week 3 of the MLS season. So that was a big boost of confidence for the back line and as well for the team, because now they're finding different ways to get results. Whereas in the recent weeks, it was mostly the attack getting the job done. This time, it was the defense leading the way.
That's what the foundation was tonight, our defensive play, the way that they all fought for each other. I thought was fantastic, and we keep adding a little layer of something else to our game that gives me great confidence, and it's giving the team great confidence.
Now, one of the prominent figures for Inter Miami in this result was goalkeeper Nick Marsman. Not only did he get his first clean sheet with the team since arriving, but he also made 2 very big saves to preserve the result. He gets a penalty kick save in the 12th minute, makes a good stop on a pretty poor attempt from Tesho Akindele, who kicked the ball low into the left, or tried to, but kept it too close to the middle. A fairly easy save for Nick Marsman, who guessed correctly on the play. And then Nick Marsman in the 84th minute, with the game still on the line, makes a spectacular save. I think it was a better save than the penalty kick save, by scrambling across his goal line, seeing the ball late because there was a number of bodies in front of him, but getting over to the far post and getting his paw, his mitten, on the ball and pushing it wide. So 2 very good saves for Nick Marsman, and that helped him get his first clean sheet since joining Inter Miami.
Already waiting a long time for a clean sheet, I have to say. Almost last week, but in the end, not yet. So I'm very happy I could be useful for the team and save the point.
Now, of course, I thought there were some other good performances in this one. I thought pretty much the entire defense had some solid showings. I think Nicolas Figal, though he was whistled for the handball early on, he was pretty solid throughout the rest of the game. Now, Christian Makoun and Leandro Gonzalez-Pires were probably a cut above him because they didn't have that type of mistake, and they were both very solid at breaking things up at the back. Now, in the attack, there was something that was left to be desired across the board, from Robbie Robinson, from Rodolfo Pizarro, from Gonzalo Higuain. The 3 of them never really got going, and I think part of it has to do with the game plan and the tactics that Phil Neville used, because if you watched how Inter Miami tried to build out, they would play it short. Nick Marsman would play the goal kick short, by and large, and he would find either Figal or Makoun, and then they would hit long balls up the field, as Inter Miami has for much of the recent games. But they never really mixed it up. They didn't really try to build out from back to front with passes in between lines. They skipped lines by and large in this one, and they did so by going to the wide positions. They looked for Rodolfo Pizarro on the right, Robbie Robinson on the left, and they both never really won their battles, at least not enough. So Inter Miami struggled with keeping the ball, again, mostly in that first half. Things improved in the second half when Inter Miami tried to knit together a few more sequences, but not a lot of profundity in the attack, not a whole lot of chances in this one for Inter Miami. There's 2 notable ones, one from Rodolfo Pizarro in the first half, but it comes off of a set piece. There's also a shot from Gonzalo Higuain from a tight angle that's saved pretty decently by Pedro Galese, but again, the angle was tight. So the attack left something to be desired, and that's something that will need to improve, because Phil Neville knows that if this team wants to get to the playoffs and wants to continue to make noise and push some of these better teams in the Eastern Conference, it's going to need to find a way to be more clinical and more dangerous in front of the net.
We probably needed better quality in the final third in terms of our final pass and our final execution or our cross. And I do feel as when you're playing against the top teams, that is one area where we're going to have to improve in terms of that real detail in the final third.
One other talking point from this one was Kieran Gibbs, he left the game late in the first half with an apparent groin injury, or a confirmed groin injury. Phil Neville said after the match it was an injury to that part of his body, and that they're going to give him tests and see where he stands. Now, obviously, the initial outlook does not sound good, but Inter Miami will put him through some exams to see where he stands. That said, Neville made it seem like it might be some time before we see Kieran Gibbs again, and that, combined with the absences of Rodolfo Pizarro and Robbie Robinson, because they're going away on international duty with Mexico and Chile respectively, that's going to really test Inter Miami's depth, or it's going to test their depth a little bit more. So those are key losses, but we'll see who Inter Miami turns to, and we'll see how they do. Breck Shea's probably the leading candidate for that left wing back spot. As for who plays up top in the wide positions, obviously you could push Lewis Morgan back up into the attack and throw Kelvin Leerdam as the right wing back, or you can keep Lewis Morgan as the right wing back and throw Indiana Vassilev out there on the right wing. As for the left wing, well, that's where things might get a little bit trickier. Do you put in Federico Higuain? Do you put in someone like Jay Chapman, who we've seen play out on the left at times this season? We'll see what Phil Neville does, but some decisions will have to be made because Inter Miami is going to be missing a few key players in the coming weeks.
Over the next 4 games, 5 games, we're going to need all our squad. We've got Robbie, we've got Rodolfo away for the next probably 2 games. We've got Kieran probably, that's going to be a major doubt. So we're going to need our squad now to be ready.
But that about does it for now. What did you think of Inter Miami's 0-0 draw versus rivals Orlando City in the latest edition of the Sunshine Clásico, El Clásico del Sol? Were you pleased with the defensive performance and with Nick Marsman in goal especially? Or are you more upset or worried about the attack and their inability to create much danger? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, make sure you stay locked into Miami Total Football for more news, analysis, and coverage of Inter Miami, especially as we head into next weekend's match against FC Cincinnati. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I am Franco Panizo. This is Miami Total Football, and we'll see you guys again very soon.